because I don't take shit, and I used to just explode. And
Weird for a concreter.
the demons are always going to be there, so I had to make friends with them.
Say what you're going to say in here. If you think it sounds good, go ahead.
I'm not saying mental health isn't a thing, because it damn well is, but are you just saying it?
I think that's the best bit of real talk I have heard on these couches so far.
I see what you guys have done on your reels, and I was like, oh shit, I can get behind this.
You're tuned into the Better Bloke podcast. I'm Matty.
And I'm Rob.
We're just a couple of average blokes who started a charity with one simple mission: to fuck off suicide as the leading cause of death for Aussie men our own age.
We talk shit, ask the big questions, and chat with guests that have been through the ringer and have come out the other side with a story that's worth hearing.
Some episodes will hit you in the feels, some will fire you up, and others will just give you a laugh and remind you you're not the only one out there winging it.
We also run events, connect with the pros, and build communities, all with one goal: build better blokes without all that fluff.
All right, let's get stuck in.
We are here today with a bloke that no one knows anything about other than he's got a sick Supra. Who we got today?
Well, I'm Aaron, and I've got a sick Supra.
That's it. We are about to find out, though, because you've been a supporter of the Better Bloke Project for a little while.
Yeah.
And there's something about just you getting behind a cause that obviously you've got your own story then. And
Yeah.
that's sort of what, I guess, gravitated us to you, is to, I don't know, just have a chat to you as a bloke and really find out who you are, why you're such a supporter of Better Bloke Project, because you've obviously got your own story, you've been through your own journey, and look, we had a bit of a chat before.
Yeah.
That I think it's going to be, good you explaining sort of this journey that you've been on, because there's going to be a whole bunch of other blokes that are going to be able to actually resonate with your story.
Yeah. So when I bought one of your hats, the pink and teal or whatever it was.
Yep.
Because the colours, I love the colours. And then I dug a bit deeper. So as I was saying before to you earlier, a friend of mine, Daniel, he's really into Bloke's Advice, the Better Bloke Project. And I dove into it and really discovered it was a charity and everything. And I see what you guys have done on your reels, and I was like, oh shit, I can get behind this. Because as you just said, everybody has their own journey. I've had one, and I've had to work through it. I still work through it time to time. Like, obviously, you get your ups and your downs, but from what I was to what I am, it's a big difference.
Sounds good. That's pretty much when I said, Rob, I'm like, I want this guy to come on. He's like, why? I'm like, not sure.
Just as a car,
No, it wasn't that. I'm like, because you reshared a few of our things. You put up a message, a post that was kind of about the hat, but it's about what the hat meant.
Yeah.
Which is the point of the hat. That's why we do all this stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, but yeah, he's obviously gone through enough that he can talk to people about this.
Yeah.
Having a following like you do and being able to talk about stuff unrelated to the Supra is super cool to see. So that's what
And to be honest, I didn't think it would be, because I've always thought, I'll post about stuff that I like the car stuff and stuff like that. And I never thought that I would talk about any of the shit that I've been through, because it's like my thing that I had to work through. And like my partner, Amanda, like she's been with me through the entire thing. So she's had to like really hold me up and push me to get through it and be there. And if it wasn't for her, like I have no idea where I'd be now. Like, no idea. Originally, it was like that for me. I didn't want to talk about it. I thought that I could deal with it myself. It wasn't getting me anywhere. If anything, it was making it worse. And it was to do with my parents, who I don't see. I haven't, and like my entire family, actually, I don't see. Even aunties and uncles and cousins, everything. And there's a big reason for it, but I'm not sure if I can bring it up. But whatever, it's not good. It's really, really bad shit that you would normally see on the news. And that's happened in my life, not directly to me, but in my family, which kind of disgusted me, and I had to get out of it. But obviously everybody has, they say, oh, my upbringing, they're this, they're that. I had a really fucked upbringing. Like, it was bad. Abusive and all that sort of shit. And that sticks with you. And when you get older and you have kids of your own, Well, for my case, I met Amanda when she had a 4-year-old, Corbin, who I look at as a son. And there was things throughout, because obviously I'm transitioning to, at a young age now, to fatherhood. I'm looking at what my upbringing was like, and I was like comparing it a little bit, and it wasn't like, it's not right. And even nowadays, like the difference in how people are brought up is totally different to when I was a kid. And you look at these people out doing the stupid shit that they do. So yeah, like going through all that as a kid, and then when I grew up and I met my partner, it was really affecting me as I was getting older and, you know, becoming more and more of a man. As you get old, obviously you become more of a man. You're not just a kid anymore. And yeah, I was shut down. I wasn't talking. It was affecting our relationship. I would look at her if I was doing something wrong or whatever, that she was my mother telling me off. And obviously you can't do that. And it was getting really bad. And over the years I had to work through it. I ended up doing some, I call them men's group things. And it opens you up. It really does. Like they say, one of the hardest things a man can do is talk about their problems with their partner, right? But if someone's coming at you wanting to punch the shit out of you, what's a man going to do? Straight up, they're going to jump in head first. But as soon as someone turns around and says, or your partner turns around and says to you, we need to talk, what do you do then? You run for the hills. But you'll jump in head first and go to war without thinking about it. But talking, you know, and that's how I felt too. Like I was scared to talk about shit. But if I was facing adversity, I'd be like, all right, bring it on.
There's that difference between the physical discomfort and the mental discomfort.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fight or flight response, but
yeah, it was
like
like
situations. Exactly, fight. Oh no, if that one involves talking, we're going with flight.
Yeah.
So was the sort of being thrust into the fatherhood role kind of the catalyst of when everything started going a bit hard to deal with? That you reflect on your childhood, or was there other things?
No, it wasn't, because I chose to put myself in that situation, and I jumped in head first. Like that's what I wanted.
Yeah, not so much the actual act of doing it. Dana White spoke about this as well. He said it wasn't until he became a father that he was able to reflect on his own upbringing, which sounds similar to...
Yeah, look, it could have been. It could have been. I might sit here and think, no, that's not it. But you know what? It could have been.
I'm not a counsellor, but...
Well, there's, you know, how you have triggers throughout your life. It could have, some of those things could have been triggers. And I might have thought, well, like if for example, Amanda turned around and say something, I'd be like, no, you're not my mum. But she's not. And she wasn't trying to act that way, but I was taking it that way. And obviously it's not good on a relationship, because I'm then becoming defensive and aggressive at the same time, which makes the whole situation a lot worse. And having to relearn all that and deal with, it's funny because people say you deal with your past demons, right? You deal with them, you get over them, whatever. I learned differently. It's the demons are always going to be there. So I had to make friends with them and like actually stand up and look them in the eye and not be like, I'll be like, right, bro, you're not taking over me. I'll do what I want. I know they're there, but I can live with them. That to me was really hard. And it was a big transition from thinking, shit, this has happened to me before. This is why I'm feeling the way I am, instead of going, right, I know how that feels. You're not going to be that way anymore. I'll move on from it.
Acknowledging it sort of took away its power.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, that's 100% what it is. Yeah, which is not easy to do. It's easier said than done. Just like talking about your problems instead of running for the hills, that's easier said than done too, because you might look at being judged or whatever.
How old were you when all this internal stuff started happening? Because I think that sort of places it like on how mature you are and the ability to grow as a man to be able to understand those things.
You mean when I started acknowledging how bad, or like when I was made aware of how shit it was making everything?
Well, it started affecting your relationships and that, and you knew it was, because a lot of people might, be cruising when they're 20 years old.
Yeah, so I don't. Oh, that's hard to say. I would say it would have been like, because I always knew I had a bad upbringing or whatever the case may be, but I think it would have been around that 30 mark, I reckon. So it would have been like, 10 years ago.
And that's sort of when you started to, I guess, go through the motions and making the changes.
No, I knew that there was an issue, but I wasn't going through the motions of making a change. I was like, yep, I know I've got to do something about it, but I never actually did.
That's so fucking common. There is so many blokes that we speak to that we're like, what's the go with this? And they're like, oh yeah, there's dramas here.
Yeah, like fob it off. It's like kicking under the rug type deal, yeah.
And you're just like, hey, well, what are you going to do to sort of rectify it? Or what are you doing to, and they're like, oh, nothing.
Mm.
Learning to live with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everyone just learns to live with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I can learn to live with my demons, yes, but learning to live with an unresolved issue still means that issue's unresolved. Like, it's still going to be, and then one day, it's going to rear its head one day, and you're going to be like, fuck, that's right, I forgot about that.
And it's usually when you least need it to.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially if the past is brought up and that issue hasn't been resolved, and it just makes shit 10 times worse, you're like, I hate talking about the past, but we haven't sorted that one out, so now I got to dive into that again. Yeah, it's not easy. And I don't think many blokes know or not know, have the tools to be able to get through scenarios like that in this day and age. People use mental health as, it's quite thrown out there. It's not an excuse. I hear it all the time from ranging from the age of like 16 or whatever, right up into my age. Oh, mental health this, mental health that. Yeah, I get it. I'm not saying mental health isn't a thing, because it damn well is. But are you just saying it as an excuse so people can go, oh no, he's got mental health issues? If you got mental health issues, you've got to work through them. Like, you have to. Everybody has them. It's just how you attack it.
I think we said that the other week. Everyone's got an issue. It's just the depth that varies.
Yeah, everybody's in the shit. It's just the depth that varies, yeah.
And people just deal with different depths differently too.
And then taking the action to fix it. That's the
hardest thing.
It is the hardest thing, but it's the easiest thing to not do when it's mental. Right?
Yeah.
So you got a bad back and it's debilitating your life.
You go get to the doctor and sort it out.
You got to fix it, right?
Yeah.
And like, you probably will, because like, you're in pain, but the pain is physical. So I don't know, people are more prompted to go and fix it. When, like you said, you recognize the issues, all that sort of stuff, and it's easier to not deal with it. That's why people they might use it as an excuse, which it's a justification of why they are doing something.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go fix it.
No. And I think my family, not because I've chosen my current family, like I've got my partner, I've got my son, I've got even his father is one of my best mates, and I've got my friends around me. This is where I say, whoever come up with the same blood's thicker than water can fuck off, because it's not true. My family were good at kicking problems under the rug, and they'd stay under the rug. Where my partner, her family would like to talk about their issues and get it out in the open and work through it. Now, we've got me on this side that was always kicking it under the rug, and then you've got her on the other side. Two totally different. So it was really hard for me to kind of adapt to that, where she would want to talk about it, but like, no, I don't want to talk about it, or whatever. Even today, there's things where I'll just shut down and be like, okay, righto, I don't want to talk about it, or whatever. I still do it, and she says to me all the time, you're like the half an hour later sorry person. I think everybody does that, because you might go off and go, fuck, or whatever. And then half an hour later, you go back and go, oh, look, I've realized I've done this or whatever. But it doesn't mean you're out of the shit, because half an hour earlier, you blew up. That's Like, nobody's perfect, and I'll never be perfect. I'll probably always do that. But to recognize that later, even though it drives her up the wall, I look at it like, yeah, I've still recognized I've done something. Now, sorry, business. Which isn't good. It sucks. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I've had to experience and deal with, I guess.
So you said you didn't act on like the fixes straight away when you knew it was causing a few dramas, but you obviously acted on it fast enough to save a relationship and move forward with that sort of stuff.
Well, sort of. We were separated for a little bit because I kind of cocooned myself, and then, you know, I come out of that. But yeah, look, I think it got to the point where it was more, she was more wanting me to sort this out for myself more than us. Because if I could sort myself out, then I could focus on us more instead of doing it for us. And she's right. This is what I mean by, like, when I said to you, if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I'd be, because all these situations have come up since we've been together. I've been with her now for half of my life, and I look at that and I go, man, that's crazy. So my journey isn't just mine, it's ours in a way, I guess, even though I'm probably the main cause of all the problems.
You just like to make it exciting.
Oh, mate, yeah, I'd try to, but she doesn't even like cars, and I love them, but what do you do?
You buy her a car and she'll...
Nah, she doesn't care much for that sort of stuff. She keeps saying that she wants a bit of Tiffany jewelry. I'm still yet to buy her one.
Maybe that's why it's going so long. She's just holding out.
Maybe waiting for Tiffany.
Yeah.
Funny, because she bought me a Tiffany cologne. I think she was hinting at something.
Does it smell good?
Yes, it's real good.
Shout out Tiffany then.
Yeah.
You know, Tiffany, the company, watches all their stuff.
Yeah, swing some stuff. Okay. Yeah. I've got to keep her happy, you know. Yeah.
So you mentioned you got to 30, and now this is sort of something that, like, I don't know, and this might be why I guess we're sort of gravitating and just seemed like, you know, that kind of bloke that you get to know was because it wasn't until we sort of kickstarted all of this that I started going on this journey, going like, you need to start looking into yourself. Don't sit here speaking to all these other blokes and being a fucking hypocrite, feeling like an imposter. Like, you need to do the work too. So, like, I've started doing that. And what? How long have we been doing this?
18 months.
18 months. So, what, 32?
Yeah.
That's about the time where I'm just like, okay, bang, click my brain into gear and go, let's start going on your own journey. And there is plenty of blokes that don't even do that in their 50s. So what's been a positive thing that's happened in your life outside of the relationship working that you going through all this journey has actually helped?
So my job, for one, my job's very demanding. I've only just transitioned into more of a office manager sort of role, where usually, so like a pump, you know, concrete pumps.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm a concrete pump operator. Now, for years, because I don't take shit, I on job sites, I can't deal with it, and I used to just explode. I'd blow up, and the first thing would be just go straight to anger and just not cop it.
That's weird for a concreter.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Real weird.
Seems quite normal when you're on site, but yeah. Anyway, so I that's what I used to do for years, and it was always aggression first, and I wouldn't sit there and think about it and just go, right, just hold up 5 seconds, just breathe. Right, now, just be calm about it. And negativity, I was always negative about shit. I'd always go to negative. So glass half empty, not glass half full type person. Negative about everything. And then, I don't know, once I started diving into all this stuff and trying to work through my issues, I just started to like relax a little bit, not be so on edge. And then even with my job, I'd be a bit more calm instead of just exploding. Like, I'll still, if it warrants it, man, I'll let rip. But it's got to be a good reason. And it won't just be over nothing, when back then it would have been. And now, yeah, I just yeah, just think about it a bit longer and I go, right, okay. Like I still, every now and then, I still get reactive and go, fuck. But it's nowhere near as bad as what it used to be. And I'll sit there and if I do get reactive, I'll sit there afterwards and go, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
I think that's the best bit of real talk I have heard on these couches so far, because you hear so many blokes go like, I do this and I just sit back and I relax and I don't do this. Where you're just like, no, I still fucking react sometimes.
Well, you do. You've got to be honest about it. Like,
100%. You're like, we're human.
yeah.
That you're still going to have blow-ups. Even though you can go through all that shit and you can become better, you're still going to have blow-ups and you're still going to be reactive. Shit's still going to get to you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, even in those groups that I was talking about, the men's work that I was doing, I was told by a lot of them there that I was a breath of fresh air because I was like, no shit, I'd actually talk what was on my mind. I wouldn't sugarcoat it. Like, why the fuck would I go to something like that and sugarcoat it? I'm not doing myself any favors. I've got to be honest about it. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then sit there and go, oh, it's okay, mate. Like, nah. No, I'm like, yeah, you've got to be honest about it. And that's probably one of the hardest things. You can trick yourself all day about, oh, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But if you're not actually true to yourself, you're not going to get through it. You're just not. So that's why, like, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm yet to meet someone who is, apart from my partner, if she's watching or listening.
Polished work of art. She's sorted. The anger story, I had a conversation with a bloke only a few weeks ago. He messaged us privately to deal with some stuff, and it was a mirror almost of that story, where he would also have big blow-ups. He had a lot of stuff in his past, and it was pretty horrific shit that he had to go through. And then he'd blow up at work at some poor bloke, and then he's like, I feel like an idiot. That didn't warrant it. Every single time. Not every time. Most of the times he would regret it. And then the advice I gave was pretty much those deep breaths and just say what you're going to say to him in your head and then decide if you're going to say it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like pretty much immediately
Yeah.
he was able to implement something to stop him doing it. And straight away he's like, all right,
Yeah.
we're making some strides here.
Giving yourself that extra second or two to not make a stupid decision.
I'm like, say what you're going to say in here.
Yeah.
If you think it sounds good, go ahead.
Yeah.
So
You probably say a few less things.
you're a fuckhead. You're a fuckhead. Some people just need to hear it.
So I do. Yeah. 100% they do. But still, it doesn't mean they're not going to do it again in 5 minutes. And you think to yourself, what the fuck? You just said this.
Yeah, you can't fix stupid sometimes.
No, you can't. It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're working with turkeys, I reckon. So, yeah.
Common sense isn't so common either.
Yeah. Oh, every day. Deal with that every day. Especially in my game. Like, it's yeah. Some of the shit you look at and go, how? Why?
With you sort of, being where you are now, and you work hard and you've got this, and, you're a family man and all that sort of stuff. A conversation that we have with blokes a lot of the time is I ask them what they do for fun.
For fun.
Yeah.
Look, this is another thing that has been a bit of an issue. So I like doing the car stuff. I love getting in the car, just going for a drive. I don't even have to go anywhere in particular, just going for a drive. I enjoy it. There's something about, that's why I built that damn car, because I always wanted to build myself. I had a rendition of the ultimate driver's car. So selfishly, I went and built it, right? And selfishly, it costs a lot of money as well. Now, when I'm at work a lot. Now I'm working a lot more, and I'm always driving around, and I'm working from home and all that kind of stuff. And when I get home, I want to chill and relax, because I'm always outdoors and doing stuff. Where my partner, she works in an office, and she wants to get outdoors and do stuff because she's always in an office. So we're two different like ends of the spectrum as far as what we both do for work and what we both want to do when we're not working. So it's always been a bit of a challenge. Now, I'm happy to chill at home, and that would make me happy. Or take the car for a drive or whatever, and that would make me happy. Even chilling at home with Amanda on the couch and my daughter, Pippi, my golden retriever. She's my daughter. That makes me happy. I love it. But she wants to go out and do stuff, which you know, sometimes I go, fuck, I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. She likes to go shopping. I hate shopping. I like to go do the car stuff. She hates that. But she accommodates me more than I do her sometimes, a lot of the time. And that can cause a bit of an issue. But as far as being happy goes, yeah, I just chilling out. Because I'm so hectic through the week, just to chill out makes me happy. It really, and taking the car for a spin, I don't know, I just like it.
Fuck, that's going to resonate with some boys so much.
Yeah?
That's especially if you're out there grinding all day and you're dealing with the fuckwits on site.
Oh, yeah.
Home is peace, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of peace. And if to a lot of people that is just not making any more stress, are we going to make it to the restaurant in time? Are we going to do this? So, yeah, heaps of people will resonate with that one.
Well, there you go.
Do you find that, just say your missus is going, yep, sweet, like, I want to go out and I want to do this. And those days where you're just like, oh, fuck, I do not want to go out. But then you go out, you get home, you're like, fuck, I'm actually pretty grateful that I went out.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's been times where, for example, you know, Harbour Town?
Yep.
I can't stand Harbour Town. It does my head in. Because it's so busy. I'm not a people sort of person. She loves Harbour Town because she likes shopping. And I'll be standing out the front with Pippi, my dog. All these people are coming up because she attracts so many people because she's so cute and blah, blah, blah. Amanda's in the shops doing whatever she's doing. And I just want to go home. And I get kind of complacent. And that kind of annoys her a bit. But there are times where every now and then that we go out and I go, fuck, I'm glad I wasn't at home. But I think she would rather leave me at home sometimes and go and do her thing so she doesn't have to deal with me.
Those where you're kicking rocks.
Yeah, instead of scuffing your shoes around now.
Yeah, like, babe, you want to go shopping? I hate that. You go do that, and then we'll go do something together that we both enjoy.
Yeah, like we love going out for dinners or food and stuff like that. And we have like a group family chat, like Corbin with his partner and Dave, his dad, and like one of my best mates and Amanda and that. We'll like ride in there, dinners, like, you know, you get the reels of like food places and that, which I barely open, admittedly, because I'm shocking for that. And yeah, we might see something on there and we'll go out for dinner together or lunch or whatever the case may be. We all like doing that. So that I enjoy doing that if I've got time.
I want to change gears and go into the stepdad thing.
Okay.
Right. So that can be a tough role to fill, especially at the start for a lot of blokes. You sound like you've kind of been doing it a long time now.
Yeah.
And it's fallen into place. What was that like when you first sort of started?
It was different. You know, I used to go out all the time and do whatever I wanted with the boys. I used to rock up at home and the boys would be there. It was a big change for me. So it was like, but in saying that, at the time when I met Amanda, she was going out and partying and stuff, and so was I. And then Dave would look after Corbin and stuff like that. It was good, but there was some hurdles at the beginning. For a while, I had my own issues in and around some things for a few years. And it was made known to me from the very get-go, his dad's going to be in his life. I want him to have a relationship with his father. This is how it's going to be. You need to understand this if this is what you want to do. And I agreed. And not to say that it didn't come with some difficulties for me, but it did. But after a while, it just... honestly, I couldn't think of doing life any other way. I still have people, if they would have known my situation, they might be like, how the fuck did you deal with that? Well, I couldn't do that. Well, you don't know the situation. We're all, like, Dave is one of my best mates. And that would sound very weird to someone who is in my position and saying that they're best mates with their partner's ex. I mean, shit, her and I have been together 20 years. And I can't even remember how long they were together for, maybe 7 or maybe 9, I don't know. But it's just, to me, it's normal now. Probably 15 years of normal and 5 years of like, what the fuck? But yeah, it did have its challenges and its hurdles, but if you can, I don't know, I suppose be mature enough and get through it. It's easy.
I think that's one of those things that you hear so many horror stories, and that's where your head just automatically goes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, the partner's ex, stepdad, dad, clashing, all
Yeah.
this sort of stuff. But like you just said, it's literally working out for everyone. Like you talk
Yeah.
mates. So you've got another mate that you all get to go out and just do everything, and it would 100% be the best option
Yeah.
for the young fella, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like there's never been conflict between, say, me and his dad to make him feel awkward or uncomfortable, and that is what was made very known in the beginning. Like this is, and I'm so glad that I've had to experience it, because, as you've said, it's more often than not, it's more common to like, oh, my stepdad's a wanker, or the mum might turn around and say your dad's a piece of shit, blah 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 blah. That very well might be the case. You hear about that. You hear more about the failures than they do the success story. It's like when you go and buy a new car. You'll hear more shit that goes wrong with it than you would people going how much they love it. It's just people focus on the bad stuff more than they do the good stuff, which is unfortunate. But that's just, I don't know. I guess that's the way life goes.
So you stepped into this, I guess, blended family, and it's awesome that all the adults were mature and were able to deal with it.
Mm.
But sometimes you're dealing with a kid, right, that doesn't have the full comprehension of what's going on. I've heard a lot of people talk about the stepdad thing as a bit of a thankless job, because the kids they don't see what you're doing for what you're doing.
I feel uncomfortable saying stepdad though too. Like with you, like you've been in his life for 20 years.
Yeah, look, so I say all the time stepson, but
Yeah.
he's a son.
Yeah.
Like, he's my son. Just
It'd be very confusing for the listeners.
Yeah.
yeah.
Great call. This is why I'm really bad at this, because I'm having this conversation with you. I just forget there's cameras.
Yeah, no, actually, to be honest, I've only just seen myself in that one there. I forgot the camera's even there.
Fuck, you're good looking, eh?
It's not a bad looking lens.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So what you were saying as far as the kid, let me just say in a broader sort of spectrum, being confused and not like the stepfather's being not thanked or appreciated or whatever. I haven't actually experienced that as far as he's concerned, I guess. Obviously there's different personalities as far as children go. And I don't know, I've never had to experience anything negative in that sort of way.
Was there times when, obviously, we all know what us guys are like when we sort of get to that, I guess, 14, 15-year-old age, and you start to want to push the boundaries and all that sort of stuff? Was there any time when he was smart and went, fuck you two, I'm going to play you two against each other here?
No.
No.
He's really good.
Was that something you were sort of expecting come that age?
No, actually,
No?
I didn't really expect anything like that with him. He never ever played any of us against each other. I will say though, turned 18 and been able to go out, alcohol was a thing.
Yeah.
Like out getting smashed in the valley and all that sort of shit, and you think to yourself, fuck, I used to do this when I was a kid. But my parents weren't really involved, because to me, like, I didn't really give a shit about them. But he used to go out and run and mark and do whatever he did, and I'd be sitting at home, and my partner would be sitting at home, just more her than me, worried. But then I'd have to go pick him up and be like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And like midnight, 1 a.m, mates would ring up, oh, he's drunk, got to pick up. And I just think to myself, you dickhead. You turn 18, turn to a dickhead. But yeah, that's probably the worst thing, like, out of everything. I've never, he's been pretty good, eh? Like, yeah, I haven't had to experience any of that sort of shit.
That's the one thing that I'm worried about with my two, that I just remember how I was when I was a kid. I was a fucking menace.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know if you can do half the shit like that these days, and
Yeah.
not getting yourself in a bit of strife.
Well, so there's like, I've been like that. I've been like, oh, fuck, when I turned 18, I did this, blah, 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 blah. And Amanda will stress out about some things. And I'd be like, it's fine, he's fine, he's all good, but she can't help but not stress. Like being the only child and stuff like that. I can see her worry. So I'm very supportive of that. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking he's going to be all right, because I've done to be honest, I've probably done worse shit than what he gets up to, because 20-something years ago, there wasn't as many issues then as what there are today. But yeah, like, I think he's been pretty good. I think you might be in for a bit of a surprise. It's not all horror stories. Well, this isn't a horror story for me.
No, it doesn't sound like a horror story at all.
No, not with.
It's a refreshing change.
Well, it is, probably because, like I was saying earlier, my upbringing was so shit, and I said I've created my own family. I've created this family for myself, and yeah, I love it. Like, it took a lot. I had issues to work through along the way, but I couldn't imagine doing life any other way. As far as my chosen family goes, mates, partner, son, Dave being the father, I couldn't do it any other way. I'm really happy with it.
That's so fucking good. Like, you can see it in your eyes.
Oh yeah, like, dude,
too. It's like you've just sort of like had another realization of it, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, go me."
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people say, "Oh, fuck my family," blah blah blah. I love my family, and I chose it. So
good. Do you want to talk any more on the family stuff before we jump into the car stuff?
Let's jump into the car stuff.
Changing gears again.
No pun.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Oh no, it wasn't good.
You sure you're not a dad?
So the car scene for you, it's been part of your life sort of the whole way through. It's not just this Supra that you decided to do.
I've always been into them ever since I was young. My old man used to work on cars. He was like, do you ever heard of MacGyver? Like, the kid
Sure.
fix anything.
Yeah.
Like,
out of anything.
yeah, that was him. He could fix anything when it comes to a car. And when I was younger, I got my first car, but it was a bucket of shit, $400 Camry thing. It broke every weekend. I used to get into the shit every weekend because it'd be broken and be on jack stands in the garage. He'd fix it and I'd fuck off on another mate's car, go and do more dumb shit, and then help them break their car, I guess. That's just what we used to do. And then obviously I'd have goals as I grew up, buying more cars, breaking them, building something, break it, just as I right up until now, pretty much. Yeah, always car stuff. Love them.
And then the singing, right? So in terms of going to meets, going out driving with the crew, was that always sort of where your friend circle lived?
Not really. No, the car scene. I think in the car scene, it's more acquaintances than anything. A few friends from now that I have now, I'd say they've stemmed from the interest of cars. Because I have like a close knit sort of circle of friends. I don't have like a big group of friends. When I was younger, there was a few friends that I guess I had. And then, yeah, I don't know, the car scene, I just do my own thing with cars, I guess.
So are you're a Brizzy bloke originally, like grew up around Brizzy and that?
Yeah, I was born in New Zealand.
Yep.
And then moved over here when I was 3. And then went back when I was 10. And my uncle over there, he was always into cars. He used to buy like the Nissan Zafiros and the Honda Preludes and all that sort of stuff. And then when I came back here when I was, how old would I have been? 15? Been here since I was 15.
So you would have like just Pink and Bar every Thursday night type stuff?
No.
No, never went to Pink and Bar?
No. It used to be Broady Car Park.
So you were doing it down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Broady Car Park on a Saturday, I'm pretty sure it was. Then you do some laps of Cavill and all that sort of stuff.
Go Yatler a fair bit?
No, never. Well, I never got into the whole skid
So
scene.
you were just a cruiser, static bloke.
Yeah, just cruise along. But I would do it for myself, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everything that I've done or I've built, like I take ideas, right, and I go, oh yeah, that's cool. How can I do it differently? Whether it be like, so let's talk about the Supra, for example. How that stemmed. When I was 16, I was in the back seat of my parents' car. We're cruising down to Ballina. I can't even remember what it was for. We're going through Ballina. You know that long highway, just open, you're just cruising along? There's a white Supra in front of me. It had a TRD wing, and it had those number plate pods on the back of it. I remember it so vividly. And it had the big Canon exhaust on the back. And I'm like, one day, I loved it. I was just like, one day, I'm going to get myself one of those things. And then my old man got into the HSVs and V8s and that sort of shit as I was coming into buying cars and license and everything. So I started getting into those. but they're loud and obnoxious and all this sort of stuff. But it just, I don't know. I wanted more driver focused, and I kept always thinking about that day. We're following that bloody Supra down the highway, and I don't know. It got to a point where I said to Amanda, I'm like, I'm going to sell, because I had a 15th anniversary R8 clubby, there was only 45 of them ever made, and mine was only one of two in a spec, which that was it. And I had a feeling, this is prior to COVID, like just before COVID hit, and I just had this feeling. I always kept an eye on the market, and I'm like, right, I'm going to sell that. I didn't want to. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to buy a Supra because they were still cheap.
Great timing.
And then I'm going to build it, right? So I sold the clubby, and I found through a mate of mine, it's the only Supra I looked at, actually, the one that I've got. I was looking at a couple of other ones. All I wanted was a Series 2. So the Series 2, like when you look at the steering wheel, you've got the 3 little dials on the right-hand side. Like, that's all I wanted, but they were dearer and they were harder to get. You could buy a Series 1 anywhere. And I saw this one, it was a bucket of shit. All the interior was thrown inside the car. It wasn't together. No bumper on it. No bonnet. Oh, the bonnet was crap. I said, I don't want the bonnet. Non-turbo. I'm just like, fuck, this thing's rubbish. And he wanted, what do you want? Oh, you want 18 or 19 grand for it? I'm like, nah, it's too expensive. I can buy one that I can drive on the road in a Series 1. That was cleaner. Anyway, he had one sitting out on the road. One of his Supras out on the road. Made 1,000 horsepower or something. I said, oh, can I have a look at that? And he goes, yeah. I wasn't to buy. I just wanted to get inspiration for ideas. He popped the bonnet up, and there was his engine. I'm like, fuck yeah, this thing's sick. Anyway, we were just talking about it for a bit, and then he shut the bonnet, but he didn't latch it properly. He just pushed it down. I said, all right, I'll think about this one. I'll talk to you later. So we jumped in the car, went home. Would have been, I don't know, 2 hours later, I get a phone call from him. Hey, mate, I was driving down the motorway in my car, and the bonnet came up and smashed my roof. I'm going to have to sell that one for cheap now, like the one I was looking at. Would you buy it for 13? And I went, I'll tell you what, I'll pay 12.5. You get rid of the bonnet. I don't want that. I want the side skirts, because he wanted to like keep the side skirts for himself. I don't want the bumper. Oh, so I don't want the bonnet. I'll have the bumper, and you can sell me a set of headlights for cheap, because back then headlights were going for like 1,600, and I got a brand new set for 1,300, and we made the deal. So I bought the car for 12.5, all because his bonnet flung up and smashed his roof. So yeah, that's how that started. And the first weekend I had it, motor was out. Didn't drive it for like, 2 and a bit years.
Yeah, spent another 5,000 or so.
Yeah, only 5,000 now.
Handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, see, people just don't drive their cars sometimes when they're building them. It's normal.
Rob's put a Valiant in the garage a few years ago, and it hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
Is it because you're building it? Or is it just sitting there because
he
I
took it
started and
Yeah.
then just, fuck, I got a bit on, all right? Like, I'm
do you love it though?
Yes.
Okay, so I can relate. Now, even though my car breaks or it's broken or whatever happens to it throughout its journey, it doesn't even have to be registered. I don't care. If I can pull it out the shed, give it a wipe over, I'll stand there and look at it, and I look at it and I go, fuck, that thing's cool. I've owned it for 5 years, and I pull it out maybe once every couple of weeks, and I stand there and I look at it and I go, that is one sick car.
That's what happens to me every time I open the garage. If I need to get something out of the garage, I'll just look at it and I'll just sit back.
Just stand there and go.
And you just, even though like it's not running, it's not on the road, but you sit back and you just go, fuck yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, it's sweet as. Yeah. Yeah, I see what I mean. I can relate to it. Car things, I'm telling you.
It'd be nicer if you could drive it, though.
Oh, fuck yeah, it would.
What happens is every year we go down to Summer Nuts.
Yeah.
And
I've never been, actually.
you should come next year. We go down to Summer Nuts, and, we're going out in the cars, and we've gone through the tents, and we drive down, and...
Be a good drive going down there.
Yeah, and the whole drive back, Rob's like, I'm going to finish it this year.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Going to finish it this year.
And I have a month where I just go fucking hard.
Yeah.
And then it's like...
And then you watch your bank balance go, yeah, oh shit.
And then life gets busy and you just go, you know what, we'll just get back up.
And then it sits there till the next Summer Nuts. So probably after the next 6 or 7 Summer Nuts.
It might be going.
She should be cool.
Yeah. Well, at least someone else is the inspiration to get it up and running.
Yeah. It just so happens to be that it's only like a month worth of work every year.
Yeah, well, we're doing more car events now. So potentially, if we can up the amount of car events enough times in the year, there'll be more doses of inspiration.
Yeah, actually, I was told that you guys doing some car stuff here and there, and you have like a brekkie. Is it a brekkie?
Yeah, we do a barbecue and chills.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
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 It won't happen
No.
because it's the money side of it.
Yeah.
Boy, mate, I tell you, I could not have built my car nowadays. Like, I think I'd hate to put an exact number on it, but I would say so far from when I bought it until, I don't know, I probably haven't spent money on it in like, maybe a year. I need to, though. Maybe 120, right? So imagine that now. Buying a shit heap Supra now would be like, I don't know.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you spend, I reckon, you'd have to spend 150 on it
Yeah. So
to get it. That's a lot of money.
near enough in a 200 on a.
Yeah. On a old 90s Toyota. But I love it. Also, it'll be going up for sale probably in a year or two. House. Got to buy a house.
Is that going to break your heart?
It will, but I've got one final build left that I've got. And it's actually, it's not even going to be a fast car. It's just going to be a fun car. But the Supra, I said to my partner, I'm not selling it to buy another car. If I sell it, it has to be to buy a house. So the money will still be there. Because if I buy another car with it, I'll feel like I'm kind of replacing it and I'll never be able to replace it.
You can't drive a house.
No, that's what everybody says. You can't drive a house. You can't live in a car. Like
You can sleep in a car.
Yeah. Look, you could.
Yeah.
You probably can't really sleep in that thing very comfortably.
It wouldn't be very comfortable.
No.
No, the front's great. The back, not so much. But I'm starting to get into the full driving stuff a little bit, and now Amanda and I are starting to go away camping and stuff like that. And I should have done this 10 years ago. I should have. And it's refreshing. Not driving off road is fun as hell. No matter, you just go. I'll find an off road a gutter. I don't give a shit. I'll drive over. It's fun. I like it. But then going away, it's just being away from the normal hustle and bustle and my work being so hectic. I enjoy that now. That makes me happy. You know, you asked that question earlier. What do you do to make you happy? That makes me happy. Going away with Amanda, going away with Pippi, some friends. I enjoy it because it just gives me a chance to just
Switch off.
to do nothing. And I still get to drive like a cool car there or whatever. I still get that sort of fix and camping and that as well. So the plan, sell a Supra in a year or two, buy a house, build a really tall shed, 79, dual cab cruiser, let's go.
Oof. Does the sale of the Supra come with the Instagram account?
Well, I don't know, that's debatable. It depends how much money people want. Yeah, it's funny because someone asked me about the Instagram account. I think it was a guy on site. Would you sell the Instagram account? I'm like, what do you mean? Sell it. I didn't realize people. Well, I know people used to, like, they say you used to build an Instagram account to X amount of followers and then sell them. I have no idea how much they'd sell them for. I don't know how much an Instagram account would be worth.
No, it's hard now because of how the algorithm's going. But if someone was chasing clout in the car scene and genuinely wanted to buy your car plus wanted to be popular,
Yeah,
there would be value in it.
yeah. But in saying that, I've always in my head, I think to myself, if I sell it, I've got to keep the plates.
I was just about to ask that because the plates are like, I don't know, like I've got plates for the Valiant. And I'm not mad that it's not on the road and not running yet because these plates were a very iconic plate for another car. So I'm like, the longer I wait, when they come back out, everyone's going to be like, fuck yeah, those plates suit that. They're not going to remember those plates as something else. So
Yeah. Well, see, this is why. So usually I would have plates literally for specific cars, right? Like my old clubby, it was an R8 15th anniversary. I got the number plates R rated, which was sick for the car. Like, it worked really well. But
they were very notorious plates though.
Yeah.
Anyone who's in the car scene knows those plates.
Yeah.
And some of the videos getting around of it that were done.
The R-rated plates.
Yeah, were they those ones that were?
Oh, no, I never really got a video doing dumb shit in it, but they definitely were stuck with that particular car. They might have been doing some dumb shit after I sold it, but when I had it, it definitely wasn't doing dumb stuff because I'm really anal about like detailing and having things like as perfect as I can get it, which is to my downfall because then I won't want to drive it because I'm going to get thing dirty, whatever. That's why I built a driver's car.
So you were a detail after every drive or before every drive kind of bloke then?
Yep. I think I've corrected the soup like maybe 3 times. I've sanded it twice because it goes into those the growl racing indoor car things. And under those this artificial lighting, my paintwork is pearl. I got pearl over all the carbon. It just pops like crazy. And everybody sees it and they walk around it and they're like, I like it when people walk up to it and they go, oh shit. But you notice something everywhere you look. It's different. I build them different. Like it's not you stand back and go, oh yeah, that's sick. Get up close and have a look. You'll see things and go, what the fuck?
We had that exact chat with Chris Cross. With
I've met him. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah,
and that like he's built his car to the point where like it almost tells a story or there's something different on it. Every time you look, you're just like, there's just different pieces that you can appreciate every time you look at it.
Yeah.
So no, I think it's I don't know, car wise are different.
Yeah, and it's funny because my attention to detail with the car is off the charts. Even this gets pointed out all the time. Yet around the house, it's my attention to detail sucks. So I think that's an area I need to work on because I get told off a bit for that because I fuck it up.
Just half-ass everything around the house, but put 150% in.
Well, the thing is, I don't think I'm half-assing it, and I'm trying to be efficient and quick, but it's not. The quality isn't to a high standard.
Oh, I'm guilty as fuck of that.
Oh, it's a man thing, and it's shit. It's so shit.
I think there's half the time with the dishwasher that the missus will just be like, just don't worry about it. I'm like, no, I'm going to do the fucking dishwasher now. It'll come out like half clean. You're like, oh, fuck.
And then rinse them. I didn't do this and do that. Yeah, so we don't even use the dishwasher anymore. But I'm like that with the washing. I'll see her out there hanging the washing, and I run out there because I don't even hear it. I'm doing something, and I run out there, and I'm like, I'll do it. She goes, no, I want it done properly. And I'm like, no, I'll do it. But it makes the situation worse.
That I want it done properly thing. I'm just like, oh.
And I think, fuck, I'm useless.
But cars.
Yeah.
You build sick cars.
Yeah, I can build a car, but I can't hang out washing.
Horses for courses.
And you're not the only bloke, I reckon.
No. Yeah, it's quite... Everybody could probably relate to that. Every bloke, I reckon.
There's been a fuckload of stuff that's so relatable, everything you're saying. I'm so glad you come in. I'm just like...
This is just a therapy session for Rob.
Off. It's... No, like, I think that's the thing with every bloke that we come in and have a chat with, you'd be hard-pressed not pulling something out of it yourself. Like, I know I get something out of it every time I have a chat with someone. I'm just like, no, there's a little bit I can take away from this. Are you saying?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I reckon there's been a lot that I can take away from this.
I think, and this is what makes me laugh sometimes, because, you know, let's say you see somebody on camera or on the news or whatever, right? And then you see them in person, you think, oh, he's a different person in person without the spotlight or without the camera or whatever. I try and be just like, I don't give a shit. I'll just be the same person everywhere I go. Like, what's the point? I don't believe in persona. Yeah, look, I believe I will curb language and stuff like that on social media because, as we know, there are a lot of impressionable younger people out there. And like, I've got a freaking car which everybody yells and screams at as you drive down the road and people whip their phones out. So there's going to be some younger people drawn to that. So I have to have some sort of decorum in that sense, but I'm not going to change who I am as a person. Like some of my videos, my dumb videos back in the day, where I'm making stupid noises and unboxing shit. To me, that's how I feel on the inside when something rocks up. Like I've just spent $5,000 on a turbo or whatever, and it rocks up and you're like, oh, fuck, this is sick, you know, when you open it. So I was just like pulling that inner sort of child out when I was opening shit and running around like a fucking idiot and just putting it on camera. That's all it was. And people could relate to that because that's probably how they feel when they get something that shows up, whether it be clothes or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're into. If you've been waiting for something to show up and it rocks up, you get all like, you're on your way home from work. You know it's sitting there. You're like, fuck yes, this is at home when I get there. I can't wait to open it. That's the sort of shit. I feel the same way. I just pulled my phone out and decided I'd record it. And it went off. Yeah, like 20 million views on TikTok or some shit.
I wish we'd get 20 million views on TikTok.
Yeah,
No,
we do
we've
sometimes.
got a few.
Yeah, I don't even post on TikTok anymore because they keep banning my stuff.
It's really hard with the car stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just pull it straight down
It's
on
like-
violation, right?
They claim it as damage.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, so I got 1.4 million on there, I think. And now I post a video and it gets like not even 1,000 views because it's car content.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, I don't even bother.
Yeah, I've been pulled even for videos of skating on a road. Dangerous acts. Yeah, it's wild, some of the stuff they rip down.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I want to ask or have a chat about before we sort of start to wrap up, that you were saying that you've got a mate that's got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And because we were discussing just, I guess, how blokes communicate.
Yeah.
And so who was it? Was Oz
Automotive, Lockie, yeah. Yeah.
So, and there's this, I guess, thing going in online, like everyone's like, oh, you know, they're going at it, because it's banter.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it mates?
Yeah.
But we then spoke about, you know, you two sitting down, just having yarns and all that sort of stuff. But you can throw banter, and it seems like those that are on the outside, it seems like it to those that are on the outside that, you know, you're actually going at each other because they don't really probably understand, I guess, how blokes operate.
Yeah, look, you're probably right. Some people would probably take it as serious. Some people take things seriously and they don't know how to take you in a joking manner, especially if they don't know you, I guess. So I can't really speak as far as what they think of it looking from the outside in. But if they were to look hard enough, they would see that we have a lot of collaborative posts together. Now, if we didn't like each other, we wouldn't do that.
Mm.
So, and one of those posts has got like 150-something thousand likes on it. I definitely wouldn't post with somebody I hated.
Yeah, that's very, very fair.
But we do. We give each other shit because we think it's funny. And the people who know us think it's funny. It's just, I don't know, however many other people see it.
Yeah. How much of the audience isn't Australian?
Oh, look, there'd be a lot.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't know because you know how it comes if you dive in, it shows statistics on percentages of who's from what country or whatever. Like it might be 1% from bloody this country or that country or Brazil or India or blah 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 blah. Australia is not even on that top section, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, so we get reels that kind of go viral, and once it goes past the Australian audience, you know when it's hit America, because people start commenting and they don't understand the language. Like if it's a
Aussie lingo,
F this and C this, and then the Aussies start commenting back, oh no, this is how it's done here.
yeah.
So if you're doing a lot of banter, the Americans don't understand that in quite the same way.
And your reel would go harder. So my advice to reels, if you want them to go good, start a shit fight in the comment section.
Yep.
That's how you get them to go off, and people start arguing with each other, and then you just like you look at it and you start like I do not take anything seriously online. What is the point? Because if someone turns around and goes, well, like what do people say? You cop a lot of hate or whatever. The bigger you get, the more hate you cop. I wouldn't even know because I don't go in the comment section to read the shit because I don't care enough. If someone's like, I'll flick through it, and if there's like a nice comment or a question or something like that, yes, I'll answer it. But I'm not going to read every single comment. Like, I post up stuff because I like it. But if you're that way inclined and you really want stuff to go viral, like put something up to start a shit fight. It's entertaining, but they can argue backwards and forwards, whatever. Like, I don't care. If you've got to argue with somebody online, like you've obviously got issues yourself. Well, who cares? I just water off a duck's back to me.
Preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's much more to say, to be honest.
No, I think on that note, we can round it out.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for coming in. It's
No,
been,
thanks for having me.
yeah, insightful chat, and it's good to get to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sick chat. I was
Yeah, it
absolutely
was.
unreal. Like, fuck yeah. Good chat.
Yeah, it's been good. I like it.
I think it's just chats with the boys. That's all it is. And it's just, I don't know, you get to have chats exactly like we were saying. Like, you completely forgot there was cameras here. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, and
talking.
I every time I look up there, I see there's a screen there, and I see myself on it. Go, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But whatever, fuck it.
Nah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
We'll drop all your information down below, so anyone that wants to go suss out your car can go and have a look. And I guess people are going to know who the bloke is behind the car now. So
yeah,
that's exciting.
yeah. Start a shit fight in the comment section.
Yeah, do it. As always, be better. Thanks for tuning in. If you got anything out of this, be sure to show some love on whatever it is that you're listening on, and follow us across all our socials.
If you want to know more, head to betterblokeproject.org, where you can learn about the programs we deliver, find out about upcoming events, and donate to the cause of building better blokes.